All right, I think that's good. I think that's good to go. Okay. Perfect, so we'll get started here. So we're just going to do our Joga class today. We're going to focus on the fire starter and silent victories again. We'll kind of do what we did before just because it's been a little while, and then next week we can add on to build up to the full program. All right, so we'll start with laying on your back on the mat. You want your knees bent so the bottom of your feet are flat on the floor. And we're just going to start with our breathing exercise, so balancing that parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. So you're going to take your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your chest, and from there, let the elbows fall down to the floor. You're just going to take a regular inhale through your nose, and then open up your mouth, relax your jaw, and make an exhale from your mouth, making a ha sound. We'll do that again. Inhale through the nose, and then open up the mouth, relax the jaw, big exhale from the mouth. So we're going to start with our belly breathing here first. You're going to lightly press your right hand into your belly just as an activation point of where you need to breathe in and out of. So you're going to inhale into the belly only here first for a count of 1. Inhale belly 2. Inhale belly 3. Pause, hold. And then exhale from the belly for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze out that air and be empty. We'll do that again. Inhale into the belly only for 1. Inhale belly 2. Inhale belly 3. Pause, hold. Exhale from the belly only for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze out that air and be empty. Last one from the belly only. Inhale belly for 1. Inhale belly 2. Inhale belly 3. Pause, hold. Exhale from the belly for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze out that air and be empty. We'll switch it up now. Now you're going to lightly press your left hand into the chest as an activation point. So breathing in and out of the chest only here. So inhale into the chest for 1. Inhale chest 2. Inhale chest 3. Pause, hold. And then exhale from the chest only for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze out that air, be empty. We'll do the chest again. We're going to start with the front ribs. So inhale into the front ribs for 1. Inhale side ribs 2. Inhale back ribs for 3. Pause, hold. Exhale from the chest for 3, 2, 1. Be empty. And then we're going to start with the back ribs here first. So inhale into the back ribs for 1. Inhale side ribs 2. Inhale front ribs for 3. Pause, hold. Exhale from the chest for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze out that air, be empty. And then we'll just take a recovery breath here. So inhale through the nose, and then open up the mouth, relax the jaw, big exhale from the mouth. We'll do one more like that. Inhale through the nose. Open up the mouth, relax the jaw, big exhale from the mouth. So we're going to combine the breaths now. So we're going to start with the belly and work into the chest, and then vice versa after. So inhale into the belly only for 1. Inhale belly 2. Inhale belly 3. Pause, lengthen through the sternum. Inhale into the chest now for 1. Find that air in the chest 2. Inhale chest 3. Pause, hold. And then exhale as a whole unit with control for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the navel towards the spine and be completely empty. We'll do that again. So inhale into the belly only for 1. Inhale belly 2. Inhale belly 3. Pause, lengthen through the sternum. Inhale into the chest now for 1. Find the air in the chest 2. Inhale chest 3. Pause, hold. And then exhale with control as a whole unit for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze out that air, be completely empty. And now we'll switch it up. So now we're going to start with the chest. So inhale into the chest only for 1. Inhale, chest 2. Inhale, chest 3. Pause, lengthen through the sternum. Inhale into the belly for 1. Find the air in the belly, 2. Inhale, belly, 3. Pause, hold. And exhale as a whole unit for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze out that air, be empty. Last one here, starting with the chest. Inhale into the chest for 1, 2, 3. Pause, hold. Lengthen through the sternum. Inhale into the belly now for 1. Inhale, belly, 2. Inhale, belly, 3. Pause, hold. Hold, hold, hold. And then exhale as a whole unit for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the belly button towards the spine and stay empty, just remaining calm in this emptiness, knowing that you will take another breath again. And then recovery breath. So inhale through the nose, then big exhale from the mouth. We'll do that again. Inhale through the nose and exhale from the mouth. And then bring your belly button towards your spine and bring the knees in towards the chest, wrapping the hands on the shins, and then you can dorsiflex those ankles, so pull those toes up towards your nose. So we're gonna rock a little bit from side to side, just massaging the low back here. And then you're gonna come onto your right side, using your right arm as a pillow for your head and keeping the knees bent here. And then we're just gonna take some deep belly breaths here. Inhale through the nose, belly breath. And exhale from the mouth. Good, again, inhale through the nose, belly breath. And exhale from the mouth. Good, let's do one more. Inhale through the nose, belly breath. And exhale from the mouth, let it go. Good, and then coming up onto all fours. So setting up the bone structure for the rest of the program. So you want the heels right behind the sit bones, knees right underneath the hips, wrist creases right underneath the shoulders, and then we're always spreading those fingers wide, staying active in the fingers and the hands. And then setting up the spine, we want to tuck the pubis bone in, front ribs to back ribs, and lengthen through the sternum here, keeping the head neutral. So we're going to come into a warm-up for the spine through flexion and extension. So you're going to take an inhale, you're going to tuck the toes, lift the sit bones towards the ceiling, lift the chest forward, push away the floor with the hands, head follows. So an extension, and then take an exhale, you're going to untuck the feet first, tuck the pubis bone in, round through the spine, front ribs to back ribs, head follows, push away the floor with the hands. In flexion, and we'll do that again. Inhale, tuck the toes first, lift the sit bones towards the ceiling, head follows, chest follows through, push away the floor with the hands. Exhale, untuck the feet, tuck the pubis bone in, front ribs to back ribs, head follows down, push away the floor with the hands. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the sit bones towards the ceiling, chest follows through, head follows, push away the floor with the hands. And exhale, start with the feet, untuck the feet, tuck the pubis bone in, front ribs to back ribs, rounding through the spine here, head follows down, push away the floor with the hands. We're going to stay in this flexed position. So you're just going to press your toenails into the mat and just drag them forward here, just protecting the ankle joint. And then tuck the pubis bone in more, round through the spine, front ribs to back ribs, head follows down, push away the floor with the hands. So staying in this position, you're going to pretend that somebody has their hand right in between your shoulder blades, and you're going to breathe in and out of the upper back there. So inhale into the upper back and exhale. Good, again, inhale into the upper back and exhale. Last one, inhale into the upper back and exhale. Good, and then just coming back to that neutral tabletop. So starting with those toes tucked, knees underneath the hips, wrist crease right underneath the shoulders, starting with the fingertips wide. And then just setting up our spine here. So pubis bone in, front ribs, back ribs, lengthening through the sternum here, head is neutral. We're going to come into our hovering tabletop. So you're going to press the toes into the mat, press the hands into the mat, and just lift the knees a couple of inches off the mat here. We're just going to stay here today. So again, pubis bone in, front ribs, back ribs, lengthening through the sternum here. Pressing the toes into the mat, pressing the finger pads into the mat. Continue to breathe. And then we're going to move here into a quad warm up. So you're going to take an inhale. You're going to shift the body weight back, staying on the toes, keeping the shins parallel to the floor. And then exhale, shift the body weight forward so the shoulders are back over the wrist into that first position. Inhale, shift the body weight back, staying on the toes, trying to keep the shins parallel to the floor into our crouching downward dog. Exhale, bring the shoulders back over the wrists. Inhale, lift the hips up and back, feeling the heat in the quads. And then exhale, bring the shoulders back over the wrists. Lower the knees down to the mat here. We're just going to come into our child's pose just for a moment. So you're going to bring the knees to the width of the mat, big toes together, keep the toes tucked, and you're going to stack the fist on top of each other, and you can rest the forehead there. Taking an inhale through the nose, and then slow down your exhale to recover faster. You can shake your head no on your fists and do some relaxation. And then we're going to come into our warm-up here. We're just going to do one part today again. So you're going to come up onto one hand at a time and step 1 foot back at a time into your high plank. So again, we want the heels right behind the sit bones, wrist crease right underneath the shoulders, spreading those fingertips wide. You're going to take an inhale. You're going to shift the body weight forward onto all 10 toes. Exhale, you're going to bend the knees 30, 60, 90. Inhale, bend the arms 30, 60, 90. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, straighten the arms. And then exhale, micro bend the knees, lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. Take an inhale and exhale. So setting up our downward dog, we want to be on the balls of the feet, actively trying to press the heels down towards the mat. We always want to have a micro bend in the knees, lifting the tailbone towards the ceiling, pubis bone in, front wrist to back ribs, lengthening through the sternum here, pressing the hands and the finger pads into the mat to stay to the shoulders. So we're going to come into an active stretch for the Achilles tendons. You're going to take an inhale, rise up onto all 10 toes. Exhale, reach the right heel down towards the mat. Inhale onto all 10 toes. Exhale, reach the left heel down. Inhale onto all 10 toes. Exhale, reach the right heel down. Inhale onto all 10 toes. Exhale, reach the left heel down. We'll do one more on each side. Inhale onto all 10 toes. Exhale, reach the right heel down. Try not to shift through the hips. Inhale onto all 10 toes. And exhale, reach the left heel down. Inhale onto all 10 toes. And then exhale, bring the navel towards the spine. Step or walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Forward fold, feet are together. Inhale, hands come to shins or quads for a flat back. Retract the scapula and bring the weight into the balls of the feet here for a little hamstring stretch. And then exhale, sit back in the heels, back down, forward fold. Inhale, leading with the chest, come all the way up to standing mountain pose. And then exhale, leading with the chest, back down, forward fold. So we'll start the joint mobility, stability here. So inhale, hands come to shins or quads for a flat back. Retract the scapula here, reaching the hands on either side of the legs, and then just bringing the torso upright here. So we want our feet touching together here, squeezing the inner legs here, pubis bone in, front wrist back ribs lengthening through the sternum. And then bring the thumbs to the shoulders and expand the hands out wide from there, spreading the fingertips. We're going to come onto the left ball of our foot here first, so feeling that hand and foot connection, and then dorsiflex that ankle right off the mat here, coming into our airplane here. So you're going to take an inhale, you're going to straighten your standing leg and extend the free leg straight behind you. And then exhale, bend both knees, tap the knees together, get low. Inhale, extend both legs. Exhale, bend both knees, tap the knees together, get low for that ankle and knee flexion. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend both knees, tap the knees together, get low. Last one, we're going to stay in that airplane. So straighten the standing leg, straighten the free leg here. So we want to make sure both hips are square here and dorsiflex that free leg's ankle here. We're going to load the right knee joint here. So you're going to exhale and lower down for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale, rise up without hyperextending the knee. Exhale down 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Last one, we're going to stay low. Exhale down 3, 2, 1, and stay. We're gonna activate the left hamstring here by bending the knee, activate the left glute by lifting that heel, and then just bring that foot back down. Just bring the arms down, you just roll the shoulders out, taking an inhale through the nose, and exhale from the mouth. We're gonna come into our chair pose here. So bring the hands up on either side here, palms are facing each other, spreading the fingers wide. We're gonna bend the knees and sit the hips down and back. So we want the weight in the heels here, you should be able to wiggle the toes, squeeze the inner legs together here, pelvis bone in, front ribs, back ribs, lengthening through the sternum here. Retract the scapula here, spread the fingers wide. We're gonna bring the finger pads together here, thumb to the xiphoid process to the middle of your chest here. Take an inhale, sit lower, and then exhale, just T-mobility towards your right here. So you shouldn't move the hips or the knees here. Take an inhale, sit lower, pubis bone in, and then exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Inhale, front ribs, back ribs. Exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Inhale, lengthen through the sternum. Exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Good, inhale, look forward, reach the hands forward, and then tip back down into your forward fold. Inhale, hands come to shins or quads, flat back, retract the scapula, lift the torso upright here, reach the hands down to either side of the legs. We're gonna come on the left ball of the foot again, and then dorsiflex that ankle up. And we're gonna step back into our lunge here. So taking a big step back. So you're gonna bend that back knee right away. So that left heel should be lifted. We wanna make sure the right knee and ankle are stacked on top of each other here. Then you're gonna power the arms up so palms are facing each other, spreading the fingers wide, keeping the shoulders down. You're gonna take an inhale, you're gonna rise up in both legs, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale, power up. Exhale, slow and control down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, slowly down. We'll do one more. Inhale, power up. And exhale, slowly down. So this is really good for our hips, mobility and stability. You're gonna take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're gonna straighten the back leg, bring the arms past the body, hinging from the hip, and then reach the hands back, spreading the fingertips wide, palms are facing the floor. And then inhale, bend that back knee, power the arms back up to that first position. Exhale, straighten the back leg, bring the arms past the body, palms face the floor. Inhale, bend that back knee, power the arms back up. We'll do one more. Exhale, straighten the back leg, hinge from the hips, arms come past the body, palms face the floor, spread those fingers wide. Inhale, bend the back knee, power the arms back up. We're gonna come into rotation here, so bring the thumbs to the shoulders, extend the fingers out wide from there in the hands. Take an inhale, lift the pelvic floor, pubis bone in, and then exhale, rotate towards that front leg, so towards your right. Then you're gonna extend that back leg, coming in full reach, using your peripherals to see both hands. And then bring the finger pads together, thumbs to the xiphoid process again, so that middle of the chest. Take an inhale, pubis bone in, and then exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Inhale, front ribs to back ribs. Exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Inhale, lengthen through the sternum. Exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Good, inhale, look forward, reach the hands forward, coming in full reach, and then bring the hands down to the mat and step back into your high plank. Take an inhale and exhale. So I'll do two options for today. So option is to bring the feet together at the back of the mat, squeeze the inner legs, you can stay here in your high plank, or you can rotate on your left side here, stacking the feet here, bring the right arm up like a bow and arrow into your high plank, side plank, sorry. Continue to lift through the obliques here, pressing that left hand into the mat, dorsiflex those feet, stretching that right arm up, continue to breathe. Good, coming out of this, tap your right hand to the right hip and pivot back into your high plank. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring the knees down to the mat just for a moment. We're gonna come into our fist push-ups here. So making fists with those hands, thumbs are on the outside here. So setting that up back into your high plank. So the harder option is on your toes, or you can come down to your knees, just make sure the toes stay tucked. Make sure the fists are right underneath the shoulders. Wherever you are, you're gonna take an inhale, shift the body weight forward, and then exhale, lower down 30, 60, or 90. Inhale, press up, we'll just do two more. Exhale down, inhale up. One more, exhale down, and inhale back up. Come back onto those flat hands, watch the blood flow back into the hands and come back into your high plank. We'll do a core flow and then a quick water break, and we'll do the other side. So inhale, shift the body weight forward onto all 10 toes. Exhale, lift the hips slightly above the shoulders, lower down halfway, push up. Inhale, bring the chest up and through into your up dog. Keep the toes tucked. Push up into your high plank. Exhale, micro bend the knees. Lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. Take an inhale and exhale. Then you can lower the knees down to the mat. We'll just come into a child's pose quick. So knees towards the width of the mat again. Big toes together, keep the toes tucked. Stack the fist on top of each other, rest the forehead there. Deep inhales through the nose. And then slow down your exhale to recover faster. Shaking your head no on your fist again to induce some relaxation. If you need some water, now is the time to do it. Otherwise, we'll just be going right until the end. And then we'll set up for the second side here. So coming up onto one hand at a time, stepping one foot back at a time into your high plank. Take an inhale and exhale, micro bend the knees, lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring the navel towards the spine and step or walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Forward fold, feet are together. And then inhale, hands come to shins or quads, fur flat back, retract the scapula, reach the hands on either side of the legs, and then just lift the torso upright. So setting up for the second side, we want our feet together, squeezing the inner legs together, lift the pelvic floor, pubic bone in, front ribs, back ribs, and then lengthening through the sternum here. We're gonna bring the thumbs to the shoulders again and spread the fingers wide from there. This time coming on the right ball of our right foot here, pressing those toes into the mat, feeling that foot and hand connection. And then dorsiflex that ankle up. Take an inhale, you're gonna extend the standing leg and the free leg straight behind you into that airplane. And then exhale, bend both knees, tap the knees together, get low. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend both knees, tap the knees together, get low. Inhale, straighten the standing leg, straighten the free leg behind you, coming into that airplane. Exhale, bend both knees, tap the knees together. Last one, we'll stay in that airplane. So straighten the standing leg, straighten the free leg, and stay here. Make sure the hips are still square, right ankle is still dorsiflex. We're going to load the left knee joint here. So exhale for 3, 2, lower down, 1. Inhale, rise up without hyperextending the knee. Exhale down, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, power up. Exhale down, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise up. Last one, we'll stay low. Exhale down, 3, 2, 1, and stay. Activate that right hamstring by bending the knee. Activate the right glute by lifting that right heel, and then bring that foot back down. Roll the shoulders out, take an inhale through the nose, and exhale from the mouth. Then we'll come into our chair pose here. So feet are together here, reaching the hands up, palms are facing each other, spread the fingertips wide, set the hips down and back into your chair pose. So again, we want the weight in the heels. You should be able to wiggle the toes, squeeze the inner legs together, lift the pelvic floor, pubis bone in, front ribs, back ribs, and lengthening through the sternum here. And then bring the finger pads together here, thumb to the xiphoid process. Retract the scapula. Take an inhale, sit lower, pubis bone in, and then exhale, find a little bit more rotation through your T-spine to the left. Inhale, sit lower, front ribs to back ribs. Exhale, find a little bit more rotation. It'll be small. Inhale, lengthen through the sternum here. And then exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Inhale, look forward, reach the hands forward, and then tip forward into your forward fold. Inhale, hands come to shins or quads, fur flat back, retract the scapula, reach the hands on either side of the legs, lift the torso upright. And then we're gonna come in the ball of that right foot again, pressing those toes into the mat, and then dorsiflex that ankle up. And take a big step back here into your lunge. So right away, lifting that back heel, bending that back knee, make sure the left knee and ankle are stacked on top of each other, and then power the arms up here. And then before we move, make sure the rib cage is stacked, so pubis bone in, front ribs to back ribs, and lengthening through the sternum here. You're gonna inhale, rise up in both legs, and then exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, power up. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale, power up. And exhale, slowly back down. Good, take an inhale. And then after you exhale, you're gonna straighten that back leg, hinge from the hips, bring the hands past the body, palms reach down towards the floor, spread the fingers wide. Inhale, bend the back knee, power the arms back up. Exhale, straighten the back leg, hinge from the hips, reach the hands back towards you. Towards the back. Inhale, bend that back knee, power the arms back up. We'll do one more. Exhale, straighten the back leg, hinge from the hips, hands reach behind you, palms face the floor. Inhale, bend the back knee, power the arms back up. Coming into rotation, so bring the thumbs to the shoulders, extend the hands out wide from there. Take an inhale, lift the pelvic floor, pubis bone in, and then find rotation towards that front leg, so towards the left. Straighten the back leg here, coming in full reach, using your peripherals to see both hands. And then bring the finger pads together, thumb to the xiphoid process, retract the scapula here. Take an inhale, pubis bone in, and then exhale, find a little bit rotation from there. Inhale, front ribs to back ribs. Exhale, T-spine mobility from there. Inhale, lengthen to the sternum. Exhale, find a little bit more rotation. Good, inhale, look forward. Reach the hands forward, coming in our full reach, and then bring the hands down towards the mat. Step back into your high plank. Take an inhale and exhale. Again, two options. You can bring the feet together in your high plank, squeezing the adductors, or you can pivot on that right side, bring the left arm up like a bow and arrow into your side plank here. Dorsiflex the ankles, press that right hand into the mat, spread the fingers, spread the left hand, and pull up through those obliques. Continue to breathe. And then coming out, bring the left hand to the left hip, and then pivot back into your high plank. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring your knees down just for a moment. So we're gonna do our fingertip push-ups next. So you're gonna stack your finger pads onto the mat and tent your fingers up. If you are hypermobile or that doesn't feel good for you, you can just do your fist push-ups again. It's totally up to you. So setting that up, step back into your high plank. Again, the harder option is on the toes. If you want, you can go down to the knees, just keep the toes tucked. Wherever you are, you're gonna take an inhale, shift the body weight forward, and then exhale, lower down, 30, 60, 90. Inhale, power up. Exhale down, inhale up. We'll do one more. Exhale down, and inhale back up. Good, just bring the hands flat to the mat and step back into your high plank if you're not already there. And then we'll do a core flow. So inhale, shift the body weight forward onto all 10 toes. Exhale, lift the hips slightly above the shoulders, lower down, halfway push up. Inhale, bring the chest up and through into your up dog. Keep the toes tucked. Push up into your high plank. Exhale, micro bend the knees. Lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. Take an inhale and exhale. We'll do one more. Inhale and exhale. Good, you can bring the knees down to the mat. We'll just go into child's pose just for a second or two before we switch into the silent victory. So bring the knees to the width of the mat, big toes together, keeping the toes tucked, stack the fist on top of each other and rest the forehead there. Inhale through the nose and exhale from the mouth. If you want, you can shake your head no to induce some relaxation. And then we'll move into silent victories here. So on a scale of 1 to 10, you want to feel the stretch at about a 5 or a 6, and you want to feel it in the belly of the muscles, not the origin or the insertion. So we'll come up here, we'll come into our wide-legged hero pose here first, so just opening the whole front of the body. So you're gonna bring the knees towards the width of the mat again. And then you're gonna plantar flex your feet here. So you're gonna bring the tops of the toes to the mat, big toes are still together here. And then you're gonna slowly walk your hands back. And then you are going to keep the fingertips facing the rest of your body here. And then right away, we're going to squeeze the glutes and lift the hips and the glutes right up off the feet here. So staying active here, you want to press the top of the feet into the mat, press the knees away, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, press the finger pads into the mat to stay out of the shoulders. Feeling this in the hips and the quads, opening up the whole front of the body. Continue to breathe. Good, and then we're just going to lower the glutes back down. And you can just walk your fingertips back out in front of you and bring the knees together. We'll come into our pigeon pose here. Next, you want to start at the top of your mat. You want the knees right underneath the hips here, squeezing the adductors together, and then the feet together as well. Wrist crease right underneath the shoulders, spread the fingertips wide. And then just setting up the spine, so pubis bone in, front is backwards, lengthen to the sternum here, head is neutral. And then you're just gonna pick just the feet up off the mat. You're gonna plant or flex the feet, so point the toes away from you. And then without moving your upper body like a dog's wagging its tails, you're just going to move your feet from side to side here, keeping the upper body stable. And then we're gonna let the feet fall to the right side of the mat here. You're gonna lift your right foot up and walk the right foot back and the hands back at the same time. So your hands should finish underneath your shoulders. You're gonna come onto your left hand. You're just gonna use your right hand to dorsiflex that left ankle even more. And then coming back. So you wanna try and keep the hips square here. And then staying active here. So you wanna press those right toes into the mat, keeping that knee lifted here. So option is to stay up on the finger pads and come right down on the palms. If you still need more, you're stacking the fists on top of each other, and you can rest the forehead, lengthening through the spine here. Continue to breathe. So we're opening up the right hip here and also getting a glute stretch here on the left side. Make sure you relax the face, relax the jaw. And then coming out of this, wherever you are, you're going to come up onto one hand at a time. Press the hands into the mat, press the right toe, the right foot toes into the mat, and then just lift the left foot up and back here into your high plank. Take an inhale, and then exhale, micro bend the knees, lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. Inhale, and exhale. You can lower your knees down, and you can just walk yourself back up to your top of your mat. We'll do the other side. So again, we want the knees underneath the hips, but the knees are together here, squeezing the adductors, wrist crease right underneath the shoulders, spread those finger pads wide. And then setting up the spine, pubis bone in, front wrist backwards, lengthen to the sternum here. And then just picking the feet up off the mat, keeping the feet together, you're gonna plant or flex the ankles. And then just like a dog's wagging its tail, wag the feet from side to side, but don't move the upper body, keep the shoulders and upper body stable. And then we're gonna let the feet fall to the left side this time. Lift your left foot up and walk your left foot back and the hands back at the same time. Again, we want to finish with the hands underneath the shoulders. And then come down onto your right hand, use your left hand to just dorsiflex that right ankle a little bit more, and then come back centered. So again, we want the hips to be level here. Option is to stay on the fingertips, come down onto the palms, or if you still need more, you can reach the stacked fists on top of each other, lengthen to the spine and rest your forehead there. So staying active, pressing those left toes into the mat, pulling that left hip down to keep the hips level. Keep pressing that right ankle into the mat. Opening up the left hip here now and feeling that right glute stretch. Relax the jaw and continue to breathe. And then wherever you are coming out of this, coming up onto your hands, press the hands into the mat, press the left toes into the mat, and then step your right foot back into your high plank. Take an inhale and exhale, micro bend the knees, lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. Take an inhale and exhale. And then just bring the knees down to the mat. We'll come onto our back here to finish up. So laying on your back, we want both knees bent so the bottom of the feet are flat on the floor. We're going to come into our hip compression. We'll start with the right side. So bring the right knee in towards your chest. You're going to interlace the fingers nice and tight to cut off that joint circulation. So when we release fresh blood, we'll go to those finger joints. And then just rest the hands on the right shin. Dorsiflex that right ankle, and then relax the upper body. So you're going to take an inhale belly breath. So fill the belly with air, push the belly against the right leg. And then exhale, squeeze the hands down the shins. Good, inhale belly breath. Exhale, squeeze the hands down the shin. We'll do one more. Inhale, belly breath. And exhale, squeeze the hands down on the shin. So this is good for our ascending colon on the right side, so the digestive system. And then from here, without moving your leg, you're just going to release the hands, interlace them on the back of the leg, so on the hamstring. And then without moving your knee, working in your own range of motion, you're just going to extend that leg up towards the ceiling. Dorsiflex the ankle. Relax the upper body. Option is to stay here. If you want, you can lengthen that left leg down the mat as well. And then we're just going to stay active here. So coming in dorsiflexion and plantar flexion for the ankle joint here. So pressing the toes away and bringing the toes up towards you. Good, and then we're just going to lower that foot down the mat, bend both knees again so both feet are flat on the floor. And then we'll set up for the other side here. So bring the left knee in towards your chest, interlace those fingers nice and tight again, rest the hands on the shin. Dorsiflex that left ankle, relax the upper body. And then again, inhale belly breath, fill the belly with air, push the belly against the leg. And then exhale, squeeze the hands down the shin. Again, inhale belly breath. Exhale, squeeze the hands down the shin. Inhale, belly breath. And exhale, squeeze the hands down the shin. So the left side is good for the descending colon now. And then without moving the leg, release the hands, interlace the fingers on the back of the leg, on the hamstring. And then without moving that knee, working in your own range of motion, extend that leg up towards the ceiling, dorsiflex that ankle. Option is to stay here, or you can lengthen that right leg on the floor. Again, dorsiflex both ankles. And then just staying active here, so you want to plantar flex and dorsiflex that left ankle. Good, and then you can just lower that foot down onto the mat, and then we'll just come into our double hip compression. So you want to bend both knees, both feet are flat on the floor. And then bring your belly button towards your spine and bring both knees in towards your chest now. If you can interlace your hands, great. If not, just rest your hands on your shins. And then dorsiflex those ankles. Make sure the tailbone stays on the mat, so you don't want to curl the tailbone up. So you should be kind of laying like you would be standing. So we're going to do inhale belly breath. So push the belly against both legs here. And then exhale, squeeze the hands down the shins. So this is good for the transverse now. Inhale, belly breath, push the belly, fill the belly with air. And exhale, squeeze the hands down the shins. We'll do one more. Inhale, belly breath. And exhale, squeeze the hands down the shins. Good, and then releasing both feet back down to the mat. We'll come into our butterfly here. So you want to walk your feet back as far as you can towards the rest of your body. And then from there, you're going to bring the bottom of the feet together and just let the knees fall to the side. If you feel any pull in your low back, you can either just walk your feet further or closer away until you find a comfortable position. We're going to make a diamond shape with our hands. You're going to bring the thumbs together, point your fingers together like a diamond shape, and you're going to bring the thumb to the belly button and let the fingers fall from there. Relax the elbows down the mat. You can close your eyes here as well if you would like. And we're just going to breathe in and out of this diamond shape nice and slow. So inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll do that again. Inhale into that diamond for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do that one more time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, you can just use your hands to help on the outside, just bringing your legs back together, and we'll just come into our final relaxation here. So you can lengthen your legs down on the mat, and hands can come to the side, palms face the ceiling. Options to stay here. If you feel any pull in your back, you can just bend the knees, bring the bottom of the feet flat to the floor here. Whatever's comfortable. And you can close your eyes here. And we're just going to start at our feet here. We're just going to work our way up through our body. If you're holding any tensions points anywhere, just send a breath to release it, relax. Sometimes we're clenching a fist or shoulder, we're lifting or something like that. So just work from your feet all the way up through the rest of your body. And then we're just going to focus in on our breathing here. So inhales through the nose, exhales from the mouth. You can just breathe normally, focusing on the sound that the air makes when it comes in your body, when it leaves. It's happening mechanically when you take your inhales and exhales, and even just comparing the length of your inhales to your exhales as well. So just really focusing on your breathing. And now you're gonna let any distraction that you can hear come in now. So it could be cars driving by or a dog barking, people talking, or maybe you hear the heat going through the vents. So I just want you to laser focus, let that distraction come in and focus on that distraction noise now. And now we're just going to bring our focus back to our breathing. So focus again on those inhales and exhales, what's happening mechanically, the noise that the air makes, and comparing the length of your inhales to your exhales. So again, just showing we can always bring our focus back with our breath to let distractions come in, but you can always bring it back by focusing on your breathing. I'm just going to give you a few moments just to yourself to relax, taking some deep breaths for yourself. You can let the distractions come in, or you can just keep focusing on your breathing, but just really important to take a few moments every day just for yourself. Yeah, and then we'll just slowly start to wake up here. So you can wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes. You want to do a full body stretch, stretching the feet away from you and reaching the arms above the head for a breath. And then wherever you are, you can just bend both knees again, bring both feet to bottom of the feet to the flat. Sorry, bring the feet flat to the mat. And then just bring your belly button towards your spine and bring the knees in towards the chest, wrapping the hands on the shins again, dorsiflex the ankles, just giving a little squeeze, just a little bit of a rocking from side to side again. And then we're going to come to our right side again. So using your right arm as a pillow for your head, keeping both knees bent here. And then we're just going to come into another breathing exercise. You're going to use your left pointer finger and you're going to completely block off your right nostril on the outside. And you're going to take 5 left nostril breaths. And you're going to try and do this from your belly. So we'll do the first one together here. So completely block off your right nostril. Take an inhale into the left nostril from your belly. And then exhale from the left nostril. Good. Do about 4 more on your own. So coming into total relaxation here, we're laying on the right side. The blood is flowing to the right side of the brain. We're doing this with our belly breathing. And then the left nostril breathing is also connected to the right side of the brain. So if you're ever having trouble sleeping or calming down or relaxing, this is a really good one to try. So once you have finished your 5 left nostril breaths, you can come into a seated position. You can sit however you would like. You can sit cross-legged or one leg straight, one leg bent. Both bent, whatever's comfortable. And we're just gonna rub our palms together here, creating heat in between the palms. Just gonna come into an eye relaxation exercise. So what's gonna happen is when we have enough heat, we're gonna close our eyes and press the palms into our closed eyes. And then we're just gonna kind of move our eyes around with them closed. So once you have enough heat in between the hands, you can close the eyes, press the palms with a little bit of pressure into the closed eyes, take an inhale, and roll your eyes as if you could roll them all the way to the back of your head. And then exhale, bring the eyes back out in front. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, gently press the palms in again. And then again, as if you could roll your eyes to the back of your head. And exhale back down in front. So you might have seen some colors and stuff like that. And then just bring the hands back to prayer here, just taking a moment of gratitude that you were able to take some time for yourself and move your body. And yeah, just take some time, both mentally and physically. Namaste. I hope everybody has a good rest of your evening. And then, yeah, next week we will add on some reps to the positions and also do a couple more progressive positions as well. Thanks so much. Take care.